senior or freshman or in between. It doesn't matter who your mother is, or your daddy is, or your brother, or your sister, or your aunt, or your uncle, or your cat, or your dog. It just doesn't matter. It matters what you do when you show up. You know, if you've been preseason SEC, all SEC, or if you were postseason all SEC, or whatever it is, none of that matters except for you to show up on the court every single day and practice. And that will be our whole key to success this year. If this group becomes a team that practices with incredible consistency from an energy standpoint, we're going to be fantastic. And whoever earns that playing time is going to be fantastic. So I'm not pulling people aside and saying, hey, look, you know, Amber, because you're a senior, you better watch out for these coming behind you. We're not trying to scare anybody. We're just saying, listen, this is the standard every single day. We have a deep, talented team that's working hard in practice. And so we will decide it on the practice floor, and we'll see how it goes. And we are talking about that every single day, but I'm not having individual meetings about that, you know, as far as trying to keep people happy or not. And we'll just see. I haven't been in this position before. Unfortunately, we haven't been in this position before for former teams, and so it's new territory for us. And I'll see how we can manage it, working real hard to just let everyone know what their value is on the team and what they can be, and then it's their choice whether they become that or not, and we're there every step of the way trying to help them.
Is Bria Goss a true point guard, or is she going to be a shooting guard? Like, what is her role going to be?
Right now she's on the wing. She has so many intangibles that I love that would translate into being a very good point guard. I'm going to tell you what, it's hard to play point guard at Kentucky. It is not because anything we do is that complicated. I'm not trying to make us sound better than anybody. I'm just saying that we ask a lot of the point guard. We ask the point guard on every offensive possession, whether we miss the shot or we make the shot, she is on alert to catch the ball, and if she can on the run, to start a fast break. And we are very rarely asking her to catch it and walk the ball up the floor. So that's the first thing offensively. And then defensively, so many times we're asking you to initiate the defense and pick the ball up on the opposite free throw line or below and work her all the way up the floor. So not only do you have to be very tough physically, but mentally, as you're trying to think of all this stuff, as you are pretty gassed and tired, it's just a lot to put on one player. And so I think Bria is a player that we're looking at, and in fact today we're going to look at her a little bit more at some point guard. I just think it's great that we have some options. You know, obviously Amber and Crystal are true points. Adia and Megan can really run that position well. Bria is showing some great leadership abilities. So she is, I would not call her a pure point guard by any stretch of the imagination. I would say that she's a very, very talented wing player, shooting guard, forward. We really, you know, small forward, we don't really distinguish between the two. That has some possibilities to be a very good point guard too.
Coach, you have a stretch early on of 9 straight home games. Is that something you specifically lobbied for when you were making the schedule, or just good luck?
Well, it is, every year is a little bit different. You're trying to find a good mixture of road and home games, and depending on how your team is, all those kind of things go into consideration as we're developing the schedule. But this year, you know, we wanted to play some road games, and maybe those teams we like to play in the region if we can, and we just ended up with the schedule that we have, and as we're looking at it now, that's the schedule we have, and so we're very excited about it, and there can be some benefit there. It gives our fans early on a great opportunity to watch what I think could be a very exciting team if they'll work hard. And you know, for me, there's no place I like better than Memorial Coliseum to play, so that's exciting that we get to play a ton of games in there early in the season, and I think that's great for our fans.